Hi everybody, welcome back. Now my mama's gonna be coming a little later and I'm gonna be making a beautiful Enchiladas Suizas Casserole. I'm gonna start out with my Tomatillos. Now I've got some boiling water right here in this saucepan and I already started by adding my serrano peppers in here because they take a little longer than the Tomatillos. See, they already started changing colors. Now I'm gonna add my Tomatillos in here. I have 7 of them, medium size, totaling 1 pound. And I'm gonna wait until they start to change colors. Once they get a little bit olive, kind of like the serrano pepper, then they're ready to come out. Now you don't wanna leave your tomatillos in there too long, just until they change colors. If you notice that they're starting to tear or they crack open, then you can be sure that your sauce is gonna be very bitter, very acidic. So just wait until they change colors and then get them out really quick. Now my chicken, I've got 5 chicken thighs. These are boneless, skinless. These weigh 1.5 pounds total. I'm gonna put them in here. I'm gonna add 1/4 of a medium-sized onion, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And I'm gonna cover them up with water. And I'm gonna wait until they come up to a boil. Now once it comes up to a boil, I'm gonna lower the temperature to a simmer. And I'm gonna let them cook anywhere between 15 and 25 or so minutes until your thighs are well cooked from the center. Very easy. So it's been a little less than 5 minutes and my tomatillos are ready. They've changed colors already. And I want you to take a look at them. See how pretty they are? And they're nice and whole, and that's how you want them. Now I'm just gonna set them aside and I'm gonna let them get real nice and cool before they go into the blender. So while my tomatillos are cooling off, I'm gonna prepare my tortillas. My chicken is still cooking over here. I've got this griddle right here and I'm gonna add some oil. You can use your favorite oil and you don't need a lot. That's good. So my oil is nice and hot. I'm gonna add 1 tortilla at a time. As soon as it starts to bubble, I'm gonna flip it over. Now the oil brings out the delicious corn flavor from the tortillas. A lot better than just warming them up in the microwave. And it doesn't take long. And I'm gonna put them right here on this plate with some paper towels. And I'm gonna put in another one. Now some of you have asked me, where did I get this griddle? This is a Le Creuset griddle. I'm gonna put a link below. I've had this for a long time. And I love it because I can use it for so many things. And you know that cast iron, gets hot really quick. And that's what we want when we're preparing our tortillas. Now I'm just gonna continue the process until I have all my tortillas done. So I finished my tortillas just in time. I turned off the heat and I'm gonna get my chicken out of my Dutch oven because these are ready. It depends on what type of a pot you're using and your stove, so time can be a little different. Now I'm just gonna cover my chicken up and I'm gonna let it cool down for just a little bit. And now we're ready to blend everything in the blender. My tomatillos are nice and cool. I'm gonna add them into my blender. My 2 serrano peppers, and I've got 2 poblano peppers right here. I always roast them and I put them in the freezer, and they're all in a little Ziploc bag individually wrapped. And I took 2 out to thaw, and here they are. 1/4 of a medium onion, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon. You can add better than bouillon, but I like the flavor of the chicken bouillon. 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, about 1 teaspoon salt. You can adjust it to the way you like it. 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 large garlic cloves. And now I'm gonna blend it. Now that it's very well blended, I'm gonna add my crema. This is the type that I'm using. And I'm only gonna add 1/3 cup. You don't want your crema to dominate. And that's good. If anything is gonna dominate, it's gonna be the tomatillos. And I'm gonna add a bunch of cilantro. And I'm gonna add 2 ounces of cream cheese, and then I'm gonna blend it. Now that's a reason why I like to let my tomatillos get nice and cool, because if I were to add my crema and my cream cheese when the tomatillos were very hot, then the cream cheese and the crema would break, curdle, and that doesn't look pretty. So now I'm just gonna give it just a light blend. And that's good. You see how you can see all the bits in there? I just like the way that looks in the casserole dish. Now that we have everything blended, I'm gonna move on to my chicken. I'm gonna chop it up. Now you can shred it if you wanna do that, but I like to cut it up into really small pieces, because then when you eat it, you know you're not having any problems with pieces of shredded chicken. So I have all my chicken nice and chopped. This would be a good time for you to preheat your oven. I have mine preheated to 350 degrees. I'm gonna clean up and we're ready to assemble. Very easy. So now I'm ready to assemble. That's why I like to make it casserole style, because everything just flows so easy. Here's my sauce. I'm gonna put it right here into this bowl. So I'm gonna start with my tortillas. I'm gonna put 1 tortilla into this beautiful green sauce, and I'm gonna put it right here on the bottom of my dish. This is a 9 by 9 and 2.5 inches deep. See, just like this. And here's another one. This is the bottom. I like to put 4 of them. Now I'm gonna add my chicken. And that's good. My cheese. I'm using Monterey Jack cheese. Now traditionally people like to use Oaxaca, but I think that the Oaxaca cheese gets a little bit too dry in the top and it doesn't have as much flavor as a Monterey Jack. But as long as you use a good melting cheese, you'll be just fine. You can use queso Oaxaca, you can use queso Chihuahua, you can use manchego, you can use mozzarella, and you can use Monterey Jack. As long as it's a good melting cheese, you're gonna be just fine. Now my chicken again, we're just gonna repeat the process. I'm gonna add just a little bit of the sauce right here on top. This is the second layer. And now the last layer. I use 12 tortillas. I always make an extra one just in case one tears or something. Sprinkle just a little bit of cilantro, finely chopped. Gives it pretty color. And that's good. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of the sauce right on top. And that's good. Now I'm gonna cover it up with some aluminum foil and I'm gonna put it into my oven that's preheated to 350 degrees, anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes. Just depends on the size of your dish and your oven, or until it's nice and bubbly. I always like to remove the aluminum foil the last 10 minutes so it'll get nice and golden from the top. So my Enchiladas Suizas Casserole is ready. Come take a look. I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes before I cut into it, because it'll be a lot easier that way. So it's been about 5 minutes. Now I'm ready to serve. Oh man, this looks delicious. Now before I pick it up, I'm gonna show you what to do with your leftover sauce right here. Just put a little bit right here on your plate. Now I'm gonna pick this up. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Yum. Now I like to garnish it with just a little bit of avocado right on top. Few pieces of red onion. We love that. And just a little bit of cilantro right on top. We're gonna side it with some charro beans. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of the broth. Yum. Now I'm ready for the taste test. I've been waiting for this all day. Ooh, look at how soft these are. Oh my goodness. Heavenly delicious. You can pick up the flavor of the cream cheese and the crema with a tomatillo sauce. Neither one dominates. It's just the perfect balance. Now some of my charro beans. Oh my goodness. This is heavenly delicious, and as you can see, super easy to put together. Now I've got some of my homemade apple, cranberry, and orange agua fresca. Refreshing and absolutely heavenly delicious. So this is my beautiful, creamy Enchiladas Suizas Casserole, or my cheesy green enchilada casserole. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment, and tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you.